Obodai Provencal. That's how someone baby. Doc.
Yeah,
no, you too much.
Bibia correct there.
Now we have to Bibia boko.
No fear, no correct.
No fear, no eduba.
No fear, no eduba.
What's also CEO of the year, oil and gas.
Oh, no, candidate. What's your dad?
Ghana Business Standards Award. You want CEO of the year? Wow! Congratulations.
Oh. Me ferry.
No, my embo abaso. My embo abaso.
Guess no
But tell us, these awards, what do they mean to you? A young leader, yeah, or championing this huge drive, sector. What does it mean to you?
Wait there, answer me answer question on Pacho. Set me crania me crying. Maybe kitchen there. Say me call permission free gamanche ho. Enti ni omanye ofa ne obi Nii Obodai ne. When efitomo mbaje Adom FM.
That kind.
I'm a listener. Sa tree I'm a real.
That kind.
Oh, I'm a gamba tree. Be when me big be. Koni ega oga fine me. Dani matcha program no. Me assume I go openeno. You wala don.
Green light.
Yo, nana menya green lights no.
That's right.
Menya green lights. Then you also saying. Also awards need there. It's a humbling. It gives me a humbling effect. Entina nkrofo kan bebre ana me fere no. Because me feel say ejuma ya ye no. Nkrofo bebre boy abaso. Anka media to me no normal bibia ese every leader bia ye state institution be share on sem no anka so hwe so to say wow dia eno na ye nti ye hwe ade no so to say yan aye dia no eno na etumpusa no enti for me no it's a very humbling effect. So it's already big cry. You started, I mean, this last year and this year, I did almost 45 awards, both internationally and globally.
Wow. Last year and this year?
This year, 45.
BOST.
And your staff nibi cry HR of the Decade Award.
Yes, I've read about the HR award.
And so I did Logistics Award. I did Corporate Governance Award. I mean, for BOST, looking at where we are coming from, be a feedback now for ye bebre say contamination akron for ene more BOST to Ghana for more BOST ene awards I ajijuna awards ketwa but the American say anke jumani there we yan to say with dia with a little nationalism any patriotism I think say I was Colossians 3:23-24 say in everything you do, work at it as if working for the Lord, not for human masters, for you shall receive your reward. Wait me verify me. Ebi aname your for one.
Okay, free Colossians
3:23-24.
24. Mamen kan twi no say. Na adwuma biara mo ye no.
Amen.
Mun free okra mun nye no say mo ya ma Awurade na mon nya manipa.
Amen. Amen. It's no secret no. Onza. Any secret though.
Okay.
Any secret though.
Okay. Wow. But yeah, shen komo no ase no for obi a onim BOST mo mandate adwuma Ghana mamrade ahyem nsa no so we can set the tone for the conversation. BOST mo adwuma ne sen.
be dia me da wase pa na mwetiefo no me sure say omu tu kwan a na omu koto petrol either wo Accra anase Tamale anase Bolga mbehu say price near the same me boy the my price near the same across the country, you know. BOST ejuma oye no eno na itumi ma e frɛ no abrofo frɛ no price parity across the whole country because what they found gone efi nkran elko Tamale anabolga no cost kan ho but go drew share price who drew now share price na the same price say ejuma no BOST na massa ejuma no yeah now you were 3 mandates miansa. The first one said found gonna buy say you this year. Just see you build it with tanks. Okay. Tanks.
Okay.
The now we build the tanks no so so movie product no be a fi Accra ko Kumasi and fi Accra ko Akosombo and say fi Accra ko Buipe and say Accra ko Srem enti sa transportation no be a use pipeline. A bisu use it is a ship keto any be a friend badges e wa Akosombo ni so a be use rail and tankers. So transportation ejuma no so a BOST ejuma say yeah enti yes the fan go ni siesie enti yes is infidie bebre wo be 7 locations wo Ghana ha Tamadia na ed kese pa ebi wo Kumasi ebi wo Mame Water ebi wo Akosombo.
Now just say how many of these tanks?
Yeah, 51 tanks.
51 tanks
across the country. Okay. 51 tanks across the country. And what pipeline? But pipeline pipe ya di ashe form fango ni di film maneko. And sign wo badges boat bia ya de twen fango ni wa Akosombo Water Lake no efi Akosombo Akosrem ya de edru ho ani acheche ewo area ni mu enti I don't know your first mandate say yen sisi sa infidie yi na Emma Ghana ejuma enkoso because won say ejuma de woni energy a entumi nkoso. Enti petrol no so energy, oil no energy. Enti ane the power of mine no, ma mine no cost. And on the first one. Second one no almost say strategic reserve. On say if you say the normal to me cities that say the COVID
Yes.
Enti I say BOST. Yem bomo dey say fan go no ye di besie. Se bibi ba na ebia yentumi ankra fango na for 6 weeks. For 6 weeks you betumi anya fuel o man no betumi use and honest and if you no strategic reserves and honest second mandate no third mandate ne say yankra fango ne mra na opportunity bi wo esro hot say Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali hono omunimpo enti omuntumi nkra ne oma direct enti omo krafa baby ampo wo enti opportunity e wo hono say yen kra fango ne mra na eba yetumi aton ama landlocked countries no? Ama aye profits kakra na o hwe mandate here the first mandate no the CNCC in fidie no aban say because aban na only BOST 100% no etore bi aban beka say fidie no minim say ukosi ewo ha unye sika bako kosi wo ho because ebe boa o man no what you say ba wo hwe ye namfofo na eni omu yedwuma na ebi mu private for no ebi mu so asisi mfidie ni bi bo mo de no de omu asi wo bebi asika ho enti temape no omu asi no enti no we are forced to put the facilities no ewo Mame Water Akosombo Buipe Bolga sa nyome ni nyina no emfa profit ma Enti.
But do we have fuel in these tanks?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Well, see the service cloning na.
Okay.
Enti on say the enti am person me church we mu ye no say de bia ye say nkofo bi ka say oh boss margin no yanje free BOST ho. By now no me person me chro mo say sa infidie na yesisi wo be a boy mine no but emma yesika directly no eno nti na abinde twoki to bi to petrol price no so say sa to no yemfam operating yemfam maintaining sa infrastructure no now share your first mandate na both sikasem ena oman putu ho social service as a social service it's not really for profit. That's the first mandate because if you didn't baby no and then you know that's the first one. Second one now I say yemfa fangonin siero and also strictly social to protect the country and no profit be any.
Okay.
Offer oil now they see oto now they see now and no by 2008 no na Toby was so a friend of strategic reserve levy. Anka a bar, Nanka ye de top fangono, Nanka ye. But since 2009, no, sa strategic reserve levy ye yefim up to date. No strategic reserve levy. Obientia. Now, ejuma we no so no as a insurance. As a insurance, enti say insurance won't your premium now. Say want to me enjoy insurance. Enti second mandate no. I said a honey hobby sano. Ye.
Okay.
And to be a Tory be say Edwin, how many reserves do you have? Reserves are in a war as a country. My trauma say, oh, nana, you need reserve, but ye more fool but I know your inventory. Because as a tongue namitia bank neka.
Okay.
Now because I 20 yen zero ninety na no you need reserve by your inventory. And to name more inventory I bet me last be 2 weeks. What you say? Not the 6 weeks no. The third one
but you need reserve is that a good practice? Are we safe? Say I can say be a shortage daba na be about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you might be 6 weeks. Can we survive?
Asem we there so bisa mpeni for no. But medium more fuel I bet me last be 2 weeks.
Oh fuel I bet me last be 2 weeks.
But I no nya reserve because me ton de bia. Me ton de bia.
On the question of reserve, no, who is supposed to answer for this? Because it is very important that Ghanaians know your situation.
Shortage ni emma. I mean can't show the entire shortage in emma.
Shortage emma.
Because on say MPA almost share tanks ni nyina mu a wo Ghana ha. Na say BOST wo ebia 2 weeks. Na ebia tour wo ebia 1 week. Na ebia private funds so wo ebia 5 weeks. So what you say omo monitor. And at every point in time no regulator in him say ye will fuel more than 6 weeks e be last. I will kromu ha. What you say? But a buying program anka see nya reserve a buying him say where ya bind there ye die sie eno de ebi ni ho sa ebi ni ho sa
Adom 6.3 FM mene opinion on that BOST ano Dr. Edwin Provencal and I'm no twetwe enkomo doc yan fam mandate no mako and I would want us to start from the storage so we go back to the tank system the tank conversation. Also, there were 51 tanks across the country. 51 enough, and now we need more tanks.
Oh, sir, Omani there as Omani grow no demand grow, as I say, and your plan say a bit more account. Nature say question will be say no, it's not enough. Accra is overtanked, but then getting to the hinterlands, no, we'll call inside Ghana, and you be here a lot more. And your mandate need be so say CCB. But once a time I 2017 buy no condition be who boss no. There's no way anka you be to me AC more account. I just say anka obana o thanks be 30% in your juma ni sani omana oba esu CC answer. Who CC we are ebia when new money comes sikafo for bar now what would you see more? And to answer your question no you will 51 tanks. Is it enough? There are plans to add more to it, so it's not enough.
Okay, so but for instance, how about it's a suggestion? I don't know, say about to your attention. So a portion of price stabilization tax, you know, could be used to build more tanks.
Ampa. I say here ansana the
idea fata. Chirem uche saying.
Se infidia wato enye juma se uwo sika ese udi siesie infidie no man start ye juma uwia no adwen new ones a obeye ho enti eno na ye ba ye no enti ye friend operational efficiency enti na ye wo beye ye pipe ye ba na pipeline nyina nye juma 100% of the pipeline infrastructure no na nye juma ba kukura nye juma. Now ye marine assets no ye infidia ya to a dance you so a ye juma barges ne tugboat ne floating dog no and also na nye juma. What you say? Now 15 out of the 51 tanks no nye juma. Oh, na depots bako 3 nye juma.
Okay.
And to say obase abaya what the foforo be ka ho na say obesie de asay no. Enti within the last 4 years no dia ya na say no mani nyina na say no assets ni nyina na say no ya repair because you buy not only 18% of the infidien pen na ejuma 18%, yes, and now me no ka say e be 95%
we take it over no not 18%
of assets na ejuma and now me no ka say 95% na ejuma
at what cost to BOST kase na mabo putting these things
to repair
together
no there we dey say me koba me can be bia meboa. But I need to check the numbers. But Nyoma mpuntu yenye awards are yenye is because of the job we have done to bring the assets back because oil bia ebefa BOST in fidie mu no yenye sika wo mu. What you say? Enti se infidie na say a yenye sika. So what you say? But se infidie no eye juma ubenye sika. Enti ene no infidie no 18% no na e wo ho no afa de e bedu 95%. Enti na for the past 3 years no na ye losses bebre kakran ene for the past 3 years in a row no profit in kwan ye no
okay enti if we need more tanks na your friend say what can say Accra is over tanked just a tanks in the door I don't know if there's a deliberate plan by BOST to roll out some of these to expand the tanks.
There is a deliberate you better roll it out to say Americano ye de here and sanaria ye de afata and now me know can say projects are cost ye biggest project ever for BOST friend no depot upgrade upgrade your depots ni nyina enti ene so project na ekoso and na me no ka say ye wie a ye wo be say upper west ye ni infrastructure bia wo ho enti ye wie a ebekwa ko CBB wo upper west Accra to Kumasi pipeline ye wie a ye best start project no for Accra to Kumasi pipeline afango no instead of the fat trucks no dangerous what you say kunipa say roads ye di be fa pipeline mu amana ko and all these projects are in the pipeline to be done but se anka yensie dia say na it would not be appropriate to start building new infrastructure when the old ones are not working. What did they make?
Me okay. And you move away from the storage. Transport. The BOST margin. Yemra BOST margins. The last time I know after train and come now you were calling for an increment. In fact, around that time, 3 pesos and
3 pesos.
3 pesos. So say I was saying
9.
I got 9. Oh, because I got 12.
I got 12.
And I'm
I see a check it. As a figure. I got 12.
Because
unim BOST margin no.
Yeah.
And your BOST margin panka. Dear ya ni ntumi nyo. Because 2017 I buy ya dika bebre na dika $624 million US. Omo suppliers afa ngona ya tonton na ebia yentu omo kanu. Na dika $624 million o. Enye no nkwa na sign the local banks ka be 412 million Ghana cedis. Na BDC phone bi so de omo fan go ni bia besie wo ye ho omo ba so ma be fa no na ni ho evaporate etuko wiem eno so ne de ka $37 million US. Enti wa hwe one company de ka $624 million US, 412 million Ghana cedis, and BDC claims $37 million US. And in fidias ni nyina so nya djuma 18% pen na yedjuma na na sika ben na ewo company no anka obetumi dey repair enti the ba ne say yera John Peter Mewu no ye Minister of Energy enti together with MPA na Tampuli na wo MPA me ko hu omo echechro mu say masa 2011 sa to na your friend no BOST margin on 2011 na 3 pesos. As at 2019, 2020, it was still 3 pesos. That's the kind of and she and then I go pa mo cho sem pa mo cho omo increase BOST margin in mami because 2011 no sa pesos na e wo 3 pesos na e wo 2011 no.
Yeah.
At that time no in 2020 or 2021 hono say what they say dollar equivalents no about 2021 na me here be 21 pesos enti me come ho so mo mame 21 pesos o mo so mame 21 pesos no be kan ya na o mo si de bi no me mame extra 3 pesos no mo mame no so be kan ya within 48 hours any reverse no. Then we have to go into serious stakeholder engagement. CSOs ne Ghana for a palm chobe brain and mujitu mu say okay move my 3 pesos and I'm my 3 pesos. Enti infidie ni siesie no e sha free sa 3 pesos na enya no initially no.
Okay.
That's what we started to use to repair the infrastructure. And now a woman e be call 6 pesos. Yera napo ono so buy no and I become make case and ono so increase the call 9 pesos. And it's our BOST margin no and na ye dey 10 company na around.
But BOST margin no what is it supposed to be used for per
the law no
then somebody BOST margin because there's been accusations say BOST margin no and adwuma na say wo dey na nya no na wo dey you only wait and then declare the BOST margin as profit at the end of the year.
Yeah. BOST margin was from 1993. What you say?
Me too.
BOST margin na buy BOST margin no time your number for no year losses no or more year losses be brain no more je BOST margin. What you say? Inta then na ye je BOST margin then ye loss na ye profit.
But say what je BOST margin one fa anye ne say wo dey ye na.
Thank you. And then now be ye loss no. BOST margin no the SCM fine say yes is to maintain and operate the infrastructure and expand the infrastructure where possible.
Yes.
That is the role of the boss margin. Enti say yen aban maya could see in Fidie ewo the most unprofitable areas of the country. That area, that infrastructure, as you maintaining on ameboa, what maintaining a say, and then you boss margin here, no, and nuntina, and ne from 2017 I buy revenue earning asset utilization were 18%, no, and ne boss margin into a could 97%, and we are maintaining it every day, every year with the same boss margin.
Okay, so let me go with a breakdown, some figures. Boss margin, for instance, we can look back at 2023 and look at how much was accrued.
300 million cedis.
300 million cedis.
Yes.
Boss margin.
Boss margin.
Yeah, Mosaka last year 340 million. And no more there then.
Oh, oh, share so much say yeah, starting upgrade no.
Yeah.
The upgrade now $24 million. So $24 million without a boss margin to be and your loan near no. Yeah, upgrade no for the next 2 years. It will cost $24 million. So boss margin banner it is IGF and the ACCA in your money ACCC in Fidie no repair in your mano. Now and even 2024 your cash deficit Sika ye be here in 2024. Ye je boss margin nyina bomwa ye be here an extra $300 million. What you say? It's boss margin endorse, but without the boss margin also, and can Fidie na CCC stream ene mame water ene akosombo no and can some Fidie ni nyina ebe say. What you say? Because all talker, so your maintenance. So talker your maintenance. And to one video see very expensive infrastructure. You have to maintain them. And boss margin, no, the reason for the boss margin, no say, you fancy infrastructure, no. You're saying trading. So what you say?
Yes.
And you turn oil, so and also you can use money.
My final question on the margin would be, say,
but before you go on,
yeah.
Yeah. I want them to know, say, and the boss margin is only 4% of our income. 4%.
Boss margin, no,
only 4%. Even though it's 300 million cities, and 4% of our income.
There are other sources of
sources of income. Transportation.
Okay.
Transportation revenue.
Yes.
Storage revenue, and then trading. Trading is our biggest. I mean, it's about 87% of our income. The boss margin is only 4%. But we need the boss margin to maintain the infrastructure. What baby ayakosi infrastructure now? Sikeni hono. Yenye sika umuno.
And so be say boss margin and somebody and monfanye under your watch. You only sit and wait, declare the boss margin at the end of the year as profit. So be kind of what would be the simplest answer of the money so we can make progress.
Intellectual dishonesty. Because in some time past, no, Grophobiji boss margin, but we declare loss. What you say? And you some time passed, Osha data now, some time passed. No moje boss margin, but more 456 million cedis loss. At that time, no boss margin no moje no dollar amount no, and ne the meje and no induce our dollar amount no. So I'm taking lower in real terms. What you say? So I'm taking lower boss margin in real terms or in dollar terms, and I'm making profit. And to where the minim say be year and as minim.
What would you say is working this kind of magic is working for you? Our office hall.
We there we be some pa na me church modern church. Enti me kai say ya ma before I be my appointment na yera mampeyin na adodankwa akufuado ejumera ofre me na o share me say nana Edwin ofre me Nii o say Nii I know what you've got but ko na ko yejuma na hwe so to say wow dear. Now a public property. We should see year. Or mine be ye. So that was my marching orders from Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Now me feel na the man of possibilities, if you understand. On His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, on also me call her for advice. Now me call her and also say, Edwin, with God all things are possible. I mean, everything is possible in this world. When I say, what dream say, but it is possible to turn BOST around. Some back here, I was the 3rd managing director. Okay, nominate managing director number 3. Na ba so abako. Me na me 3rd one. Enti na ese me koji advice won pedifo yi ho. But no also say all things are possible. Enti me nko na me nkoye. Won say starting program no so me catch ra say. O share Matthew 19:26 And I'm very spiritual.
Yeah, I can see.
Because the Bible.
I can see.
And to come Matthew 19:26, ya throw ho fete say with God all things are possible. And to onyamia, there's nothing like impossibility. Now, what's the Colossians 3:23-24 one? What you say? And coming from that angle and looking at my background, I mean, now Ejuma way I'm a 3rd managing director job. And Ejuma ne there, political economy na sometimes they challenging, but Ejuma ne there in here. And to Osha the same microphone now more now yeah losses no. It is the same people who are there today who are making this profit for the people of Ghana. And most of the time, the same people. And to question is, what did we do? What we did was to pray for a good board. The board is solid. When you have good board and good board chairman, Eko Hackman, the indefatigable Eko Hackman, he's my board chairman. Ubojuma ba brutal. Pressure the man me pressure ketwa. And to when you have good board, now when you the right institutions, they say SIGA and SIGA so monitoring you know more performance contract.
Yeah, we will look at the SIGA report. Good. We'll get in there.
Now when you auditor general also buy obe fifi unium proyan in your man would you money now they are back out. So that first now they be our boss will news more.
Yeah.
Procurement way ni na kaka ejumanu home. Now when you now a good strategy master you can't fail. What you say? And eventually they will say there proyano wohono your strategy no say yet me no pe. The first one no your friend no operational efficiency. Operational efficiency no asia ne say bibia ebetumi ama yesika asɛ no yensiesie no yen repair no because all repair sika ne beba. Kuform reso 2008 ye to pipeline bi wo Houston $57 million e wo Houston as at 2020 na pipeline wo Houston still aden na obeto asset so we declare we book more but it will be mine so not any income. And tisani your money in a budgets no not some catch was 100% ne nyejuma pipeline also 100% ne nyejuma and to operational efficiency strategy no say infidie ni na ebetumi ama yesika enyejuma no yempe sika nyen repair na ya repair ebenye sika. The second one no you say aggressive growth they say bia na yenye export enti existing product in new market ni yenye export enti yen starting ye export yes mfidie ni wie a yebetumi aye export to Mali to Burkina to ni yenye sika kakra bia yenye LPG enti yen starting ye LPG yenye ATK fuel I do go play mu no yen starting Tombi no new products in your mind. And that was our strategy. And then expand the infrastructure. What you say? And those were the strategies with ruthless execution. What you say? No excuse. Obe juma no anya juma, onye juma na ansha obe kofie. And you assign the policies and procedures no. And now me know okay. We have signed over 32 policies and procedures for BOST. Your bonus policy, your performance management policy, your reward policy.
I see.
And to Ube Juma, now full say Juma no 1 year. At the end of the year, no say profit ne bani a check bonus now. Bio. No contribution, no chop. And she say, normal business via a woman no. And one na yesterday the bar BOST. Ene. A Juma me name union for. Union no me from development partners. Me name development partners. And board. And CSOs. A Juma nyina ya ye. And no. And nyame so e shirayen because Colossians 3:20-3:24 no e can or say for you shall receive your reward. Work as if you are working for the Lord and not for human masters. That's just here. No, and ene Ghana. Ubi ni just say, oh, your company are your friend of BOST. And you say, na the sikama or 2 sikanugu, but sikana, what man 1 or the 3 beba, or man 4 or the 10 beba. Oh, but you know why I'm passionate about this?
Why?
Because here. Yeah, inflation a cost ro. Any interest rate a cost ro no. It is because state-owned enterprises is saying instead of helping the government by making profit to contribute to the government revenue, no. Emma say your losses be government deficit no a cost ro because I see government called Bobisia. But some profit be government no enya so we call Bob be or better profit no EDC hospital EDC road EDI way what you say but state owned enterprises near losses are ye prag aban no enya ye prior oh na ejuma no so Colossians 3:23 waka I know there only God only nyame mo agreement
waka say we ejuma na ye ni say na we amanyankopon no na mo nyam manipa
na ubenya den
akatua.
Thank you.
Adom 6.3 FM. Many the CEO of bulk oil. My takes up rebranding the because I am reading Bulk Energy Storage and Transportation Limited. So now we're moving from BOST to BEST. Is that it? Hey,
I mean true.
Tremu.
Now saying. One nama what to say? Hey, you say oil no say you say maybe you say yes climate change. So what it?
Yeah.
Climate change, greenhouse gases, electric vehicles. What you say? Okay. And there's a movement. Movement be what hot. Say want to be movement no. Movement be what hot. Eventually no oil no. Ni usage no be bafem because ene wo car enom oil ochina wo car ebia ebenom electricity atiase
yes
na se ye nyina ye move ko electric cars why na beto oil no na me so me call business ene no eye oil atiase
yes
enti ye bisa ye ho say in 20 years time a banner say munina mo move ko electric vehicles what you say boss you benya juma bia ya na ye juma na oil o enti adenna oil so your energy what you say
yes
enti question is say see relevant for the future. Why don't we start today by saying, your energy company and your oil company?
Okay.
Because oil need energy.
And energy is broad.
And energy is broad. We need beer. Nana. Energy is broad because hydrogen your energy. you bet me aye hydrogen. Palm oil, your energy. You bet me aye palm oil store.
Gas,
your energy, liquid gas, your energy.
Yes.
You bet me store. And what you trick no. But we limit to who oil da. Electric cars never ban. Solar beji baby no. BOST they go.
Doesn't mean BOST is now moving from the oil to other energy sectors. To say oil, my friends, and gas in the
we will evolve over time. And now the realization naba. Nti afe na yede ni omo eba strategy no beto say in the next 5 years bia say ye ni ministry no ye ni omo ye be we be on ye free be blended gasoline instead of diesel or petrol no you to make the ethanol count ni a mix it ma octane number no kosro a cleaner fuel change ye uses say
okay.
And it is those initiatives no you best start here near year research near year way you are cost of producing hydrogen beba form they are starting your hydrogen hydrogen cars hydrogen power plant into energy liquid energy and see now we are an energy company not only an oil company
and to say you be like I said, more BOST, more best.
Yeah, best. Bulk energy story. Yeah, Oko registrar general and now who BOST or who bulk energy.
Okay. Adom 6.3 FM. Many opening power no da and best and bulk energy storage and transportation limited. Many no na air train and come on. There are two other issues Bekasa afa home. 44 oil marketing companies and they one more day best forecast and come on no. Then we'll touch on gold for oil and also so here papa and then we'll be wrapping up. But my main anchor says oh manisika from anone Ediaba. O mani sika efra manone Ediaba CBG and EBS akwan ede ato honum ede amount se sika no enam Western Union MoneyGram Ria Unity Link Transfast Pay Angel Easy Remit baby enam bia no de fa CBG a CBG etisika money asinti wonom ewo dedicated money transfer centers enti Nima Kaswa Main Madina Market Apenkwa and Spintex branches ni nyina no eho ye dedicated money transfer centers more extended service hours. Yeah, pon 5 o'clock weekdays. Na 2 o'clock Saturdays. Etishaneso. Na Bora CBG branch biani. Ya here and valid national valid Ghana card. And a money transfer reference number 888. I will be sure you are now on CBG attrition come 0302 2216 0302 216 000. CBG, we stand with you. Game Park Games ne de amanfo sika na wono mo edi se undi bia wo so udie ne we pick 4 game no o fa phone no a na wa dial *946# *946# our network bia na wa select 4 numbers from 0 to 9 na fe wetwa okọ www.gameparkgames.com so a obetimi etwa no ho Android users enso betimi download the app no ewo Game Park website hwa na fe wahwe Adom TV anapa no nkono ewia dumie no na fe nwumre no sia 3 live draws ene de brew ewo Adom TV so Monday to Sunday 9 a.m. 12 p.m. 6 p.m. na wa catch it the live draw. Let's play this game and cash out on some good mula. Game Park Games, more mula, more pass. And as we said, National Lottery Authority and this good day at the brew. Nii? But under your watch, 44 oil marketing companies they've defaulted. Why?
Jeremiah 17:9, mommy. Jeremiah 17:9. Beso ko kan mommy. O kan wi ani ato aso.
Jeremiah chapter 17
verse 9.
Yako.
Yanko.
Okay. Jeremiah chapter 17.
Can we tree, man?
Opetri no.
Emba tree no. So mutie for no.
Yeah. enti odifo Yeremia na ngoma no etre dunson ni yiyim enkono 17:9
bacho
akoma wo hoyi eye nada sene ade nyina na eye nsemmone para when na obenyemu ehunye akoma wo hoyi eye nada sene ade nyina na eye nsemmone pa when na obenyemu ehunye ma menka brofo no say the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
Thank you.
Who can know it?
Thank you. Enti we ankase broni ana bibini ana zoba ana obema o. You say the heart. Enti ampa on say boss margin right say VAT. What you say? VAT no one so Jessica no at the consumption point no.
Yes.
No waje at the end of the month no file ama GRA now they are comma GRA and to Jessica no ama GRA the same way so boss margin no say OMCs no omo ton fuel no
yes
wo mo ho no so omo no because ho na to fuel no and to boss margin also. And at the end of the month, no, so be file ma MPA.
And to when I saw file the
OMC, no,
the OMC,
44 for no.
Okay.
So I'm no more filling station. No?
Yes.
The hustle na consumption no.
Yes.
And who consume one? So sika na daso no. Enye usika. Say o jiama aban. Enti ebimu because of Jeremiah 17:9 enti ebimu ji sa sika na omo shada for me company. Now omwako na 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Omuji scanner. Omo fa ma buy no. No mo company no.
Omo just scanner after some time. No ma collapse. Omo collapse company.
Just obenya business capital.
But is there no monitoring mechanism on these companies?
There is. Say you're a regulator.
Yeah.
You're a regulator.
Mo regulator ne MP. Okay. Okay.
You're a regulator. Enti anka omuntua no anka esi regulator ne ehu bibi. But a bedroom baby a obo say papa we 2-3 months sika no mai obekọ no ho no na filling station ni ho biom. Ya assistant din no. Enti me de omo ya 44. Ye di bi court. Ye di bi ama yoko. What you say? Na the media pa away yoko for na buying chon say omu raise your friend bibi veil omu raise the veil of incorporation no na directors na omu only companies no omu didi sika no we should go after them and their assets because state money enya Nii Obodai sika what you say and so waje to no aban to waje na eso de ba aban bebre eso de mam aban na wa dwen say o de koto we ukodia so emra no ese emra no udi ana meboa enti yes ampa omo ye 44 dodo na ye ni omo court.
Who are these companies? Can you run us through?
Google
I have them here.
Ba me minimum.
Okay, enti Best Petroleum Limited. Or the Moka 114,480. That much? Black Rock Energy Limited 802,444. Biswell Petroleum Services Edeka 293,000 and 40,000. Capstone Edeka 1.5 million.
Yes.
Company Bakupe. Now, but do you see this as a failure on your part as the managing director of BOST?
I don't have. It's not a failure because I'm using the legal means to collect the money. Now, to stop this,
yes.
As I said, be a regulator, no company be a say or per se or ton fuel, no. And can somebody guarantee to her? Say, be a me average consumption, be a 2 million. What you say liters. And 2 million liters no. Yamfa say a month. Yamfa say a month 1 cedi to na ebeje. Nanka in their registration no anke somebody guarantee eto say every month biya no 2 million no metua. Na sa guarantee no metua no agye free bank no ho. So what you say? So it can be done easily as part of the registration.
To say for instance, okoye mine na.
Thank you.
Yeah, o sign reclamation bond.
Thank you.
Say at the to bank ho.
Thank you.
Say ne be ya okotu amana no na wa kataswa, then we will take that money from the bank. Is that's what you are
that's
talking
what
about?
I'm talking about. And if they
whose duty is it to put all the
regulator
MPA?
MPA.
And so you will not take the blame.
No.
Blame the farmer MPA.
Yes. I can't take the blame. Someone MPA na register for no. And if part of the regulation, so MPA bet me a say, as part of your regulation, you need to post a bond, a guarantee, an insurance bond, or an LC, a letters of credit, because you can't bet ya, can so what you say. And to over bank, no over my MPA bond and not LC. When you are not MPA a geomusica, MPA Jessica, I'm a BOST.
Sometimes you fear say there will be another regime under your watch. You've caused financial loss to the state to this tune of Ghana cedis until you should be held responsible.
Oh, it EMFA. Some in your prosecuting authority.
EMFA.
What I want, within my power. There's some I've written to the people. I've taken them to court. Some of the matter is in court. I've given it to Yoko. I've given it to Senti. I've exhausted what I can do. I've escalated to MPA. MPA, what you say? But I can say, you collective 98% of the BOST margin every month. What you say? But the recalcitrant ones, no. The regulator needs to ensure, say, to me and back and because of and their company near ama or China company near Kia na omo chain are the same people. What you say? And I say you raise veil no. You raise veil now you be who omo directors omo yasa ni omo no. Aban sika no mo nyaje
sika say na sisi ya can want how much from these 44 OMCC sika saying
about 50 something million cedis.
50 something million cedis. Wow. Charlie, that's a lot of money.
Over 4 years, yeah.
Over 4 years.
Oh yeah, Beji. Yoko is working on it. National security. Yoko. Yeah, Beji. About sika there's own deal for you.
Sika be a man for it free you.
And you're lucky. And you'll be a lucky pa. Maybe my sika go free. So
you can send this as a warning to OMCC. Omedi says sika no mobeje.
Oh, it's can ya beje. I won't pour almost because Yoko will come after them. Omeje ya ban sika enye mizika. Man sika you bet to me the sea hospital. You bet to me the repair tank. You bet to me the boreholes. I just and yabeje.
Gold for oil policy. Say what better here paying. Emma meneo atwetwem nkomo ebra na eba no ano yatwetwen nkomo bebre e go for oil policy. How has it helped? Because I don't know me boy about 14 years now Obisam said, Daddy, the other time I was watching TV and I heard people talking about gold for oil, that it will make fuel price come down. But the fuel price is still going up. Why? That was as some 14-year-old son Obisam no. And that question I would want you to help.
I'm the pastor of 14-year-old son.
The result to carry him now.
And I check balance no. I check you can't the top. I'm a guy. Okay. It's here for me pamocho. And yet gold for oil anchor. This country would have come to a standstill. And yet gold for oil anka. They see Sri Lanka no anke be siwa Ghana. And yet gold for oil anka. And ne they see what Nigeria grow more oil be brave. Almost like the biggest refinery in Africa no. And yet they see what Nigeria shortages. And yet gold for oil anka. Worse than that be siwa Ghana. I mean,
Chimine.
Since independence, what you say? Since independence, nyomo bebre anka say yade tutu ho no yenye ni ye. What you say? Enye aban ba ko pe. Since independence, what you say? I know na Dr. Baumia fair no fundamentals of the economy no. What you say? Now, if the fundamentals of the economy no enya, or say the foreign exchange will expose you. So what you say? Now, fundamentals of the economy no enya 10 years near they fix you, enya 5 years near they fix it. Countries are you see omo solid, nyoma is stable. All those countries no omo fundamentals no omo fix it here over 100 years ago because it takes time to build a nation. Now what are these fundamentals? Some fundamentals they been say ebia oye omai and now ebia ufie wakachia ye be 100 cities. What you say? But we expenditure ye 200 cities. Enti de biadia na ye okobo besia. Utumi bobesia ma afi de bobesia editua besia. Me boa. Na se wo yes anyo mani every time wow. Adenti na e bia wo yes anyo mani because sika eba no endorse. Enti wo hwe omeya at a particular point in time, no, out of 30 million people, no, not 3 million penny to tax. What you say? That means that you will forever not be able to generate income. Because as we provide the facilities for 3 million people, hospital, road, as we provide the facilities for 30 million people.
Yes.
Hospital, roads, schools, railway, education. But nipa 3 million penny tuaka. Nti de bia na ban ekobo besia. What you say? Now obo besia na every time no, you run into a deficit. Now if you run into a deficit and you keep going out to go and borrow, you have to always entice the borrower with higher rates. And the interest rate no, so ha na be ko de bia. Now the interest rate cost no because Bobbesia ede koye ede beye ice water. So the interest rate no be ka ho. Enti nsuo price be cost ro. And then inflation no. Enti the more sa fundamentals no yen resolve you know. The more sa sikasem no enko yem mayen. Back to your question. Petrol price no. Petrol price.
Yes.
Nyoma mienu kesiye wo mu determine petrol price. Baako ye price a ye de krade ba no international market price. And no obi antumi nye ho hwe. What you say? The second one no ye exchange rate. What you say? Okay. Na etie for mpese mutie bibi. Samo kaya 2022 time COVID ne baye no. COVID ne baye no. Say nyina ye ka afie. Aban so obi antena afie me wa. Ye nyina ye ka afie no. To ben na aban benya e dia ye dwuma. Teacher for any ebimu kra enya akat increment in salaries while sitting at home. Me boy. Na mo be kai so a COVID ne bae no Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo mampeyin eken bibi say we know how to bring the economy back to life, but nipa wudia ye nim sade ebetumi nyane obi a wewu, because Jesus Christ spirit no ye ni bi to wake the dead. Enti then obeka we asem we no is pregnant with a lot of wisdom. Asem we say we will not leave Ghanaians to die. We will do everything within our means to ensure say Ghanaian lives will be saved at any cost. What you say? At any cost. Now so obika say economy ni wu a ye nim say de betumi e de economy na ba back no. It presupposes say in choosing the Ghanaian lives no over the economy no, the economy was going to suffer. Anameboa. It makes Anameboa. He said that enini wait me can him. He said we know how to bring the economy back to life. Why would he say that? If it's because he knew say economy no be suffer. Because be save obia life. We'll try as much as possible to save everybody's life. Economy no be suffer. At the same time, no so nana. At the same time, obia tifie. Water free, electricity free, bibia ye free no. Your money bebre ye crowd the bagana. Me boy. Nyoma chemicals say dey use you no ye kra. Electricity, they dey power electricity, energy no ye kra. Nyoma be 32% of nyoma ye kra bagana no. 32% ye oil products. What you say? Now your reserves of dollars ketwa na so na ye wo no. Because na country no a close it down no. Yeah, cracker ndro ne nyoma edi save lives no. Na reserves na can so na eno so ye ketwa eba. Na esa. Enchedru baby no so ukora so kwa $1. So what dollar ketwa na wo see this bebre $80 nechi na. Price of dollar be there ebe kosro. Na dollar no boy ye di. And only exchange rate no. What you say? Enti edru baby no yera baumia ye hwehwe de enti a inflation could do 54%. Na for born cost no ye hu say exchange rate no. Na exchange rate na cost no na efi cedis bebre a HAC dollars are endorse. What you say?
Me too.
Enti the plan is say you betu nya sika fufuro bi e di ato oil na pressure on the dollar no beba form. Unza. Uwo sika dollar wa ha. But dollar no endorse wo krom. What you say? But uwo gold bebre. Na gold no so e say sika. Na se also kwa kope dollar na price of dollar na so na eko but who gold bebre enti se we innovative we be start say gold no, can you use the gold to pay for the oil? If it is yes, and the for gold into your oil no, na pressure na what dollar no so no emra form na se pressure no ba form prices of imports be ba form a ba form prices of oil be ba form a ba form transportation beba form, food beba form, there are friend inflation beba form.
These reductions in oil prices and petroleum prices.
And so now you have to go to 2023, beginning of the year. The starting program no. Petrol prices dropped by 12 cedis. A drop by 12 cedis. The evidence is there. Go and check. It moved from 23 cedis to 11, 23 pesos, 23 cedis to 11 cedis. And it stabilized for a long time.
But where are we now?
It stabilized for a long time. Now, it stabilized, you know. Now, plan is say, by the time anka, you bet anko forex no. By that time, now IMF sikana na ba. What you say? Not that was the plan, because we have dollars, so they are to maybe. And the plan is say, yeah, anko dollar no. By that time, now IMF discussions in year. By that time, no so now ABR, unse levy budget, unse no so chair. And a lot of the government fiscal interventions, no, it didn't materialize early. A delay. Now, and you go for oil nanka, I can tell you, say, by now, anka for a drew 30 or 40 cities.
Really?
I'm telling you. And you go for oil nanka, for a drew 30 or 40
so
cities.
How do you explain the current situation, the current price, the fuel price that we are enjoying now?
So the market prices plus the foreign exchange. Meaning, I don't know what is causing the forex, but then the to go up. Me sure says demand and supply. The IMF, one of our more conditionalities, say government shouldn't intervene in the forex market. What you say? Bank of Ghana can intervene in the forex market, but conditionalities say don't intervene. So it's a demand and supply thing. Once a while, no, a cost rock but I know very well, so it will stabilize and it will reverse once these person me Bank of Ghana, because they are responsible for way no more. But me say Juma mo no, it be stabilize it. But without going for oil, and by now you drew by 35-40 cities.
Can we are in your election year? And of course, promises are flying here and there. Fuel prices, a bit me about from. Can any political party promise or maybe fuel bo of course, or the how the person is going to go about it, or the is that possible? Fuel price bit me about from Ghana, Nii.
It is possible. It is possible.
It is possible. Say fuel prices bit me about from.
It is possible. But may explain in Chile. Oshe, Dr. Mamadou Bawumia manifesto now. Osedian, he wants to add 2,000 megawatts of what? Solar. Solar. That is almost half our electricity consumption. So what I say? That means that the dependence on oil, diesel to power some of the generators, that demand will go away. If that demand goes away, it will have a positive impact on the prices at the pump. That is one. Number two, gold for reserves and gold for oil. Since independence, since independence to 2022, reserves only 8.7 tons. Because of His Excellency Dr. Bawumia, a gold for reserves and gold for oil policy, gold reserves has risen from 8.7 tons to north of 30 tons, 40 tons. I don't know the exact amount, so I don't want to speculate. But over 40 tons. Over time, once we have 100, 200 tons of winner, we have bargaining power. What you say? You bet to me bob besia. You bet to me use it no as collateral. And they are bob besia and negotiate for good prices for oil. What you say? Forex no be stable. As a forex no stable, na bafoma oil prices bet to me abafom. Enti whatever we have to do in the fundamentals, you ain't to be here since independence, your reserve situation, it has improved.
The same fundamentals that Dr. Bawumia in 2016 said will
yes, but nobody had done anything. Every year, the fundamentals were exposing us. Every December, what happened in Ghana? Correct? Every December, inflation went up. Every December. Yeah, Breso. The first 2 years, 3 years, no, when inflation was single digits. Yes, but every time because the fundamentals were weak.
Okay. Can Dr. Bawumia break the 8? Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, obetumi break 8 no.
Oh, sir, and then Ghana for the man break 8 no.
Maybe so. You've worked under this government.
Maybe the minimum say nkomo bebra mene Dr. Bawumia edi. The minimum say the kind of ideas and the kind of programs or Wama Ghana no. So Ghana for let this opportunity pass. We'll go back. Because one of the biggest things that Dr. Bawumia Obia Anthony Nimbar so once that make it at a certain point no 2016 hono or more mutual tax no about 3 million people 3 million people Crawford 3 million chia tax and me the share Crawford 35 million what you say and because of Dr. Bawumia digitalization no Crawford able to make it to if you ho and I increase it from 3 million no to 18 million. So the tax burden of you and I in the going forward, the tax burden on you and I will be spread over 18 million people or a little less than 18 million people. And how was that? How did that happen? So person you to obi ho a say so hu nipa kro no because we bia e fra Kofi Mensa e fra papa we su Kofi Mensa e bia de na hu say Kofi Mensa no ye wo ana papa we. So you need a unique identifier.
Okay.
That's the national ID card.
But the worker said Dr. Bawumia and the MPP can break the 8. The NDC is also coming with 24-hour economy, the 10 billion big push, and the other policies are rescue and reset Ghana's economy.
So munim say mo say ya be election there bibia obeka ma afano na waka shim ana
e bi na MPP for mo so mo keka no
na ye de anya se ye free SHS anya ye se ye free SHS ana anya ye
esa wo say election ye na obeka
agenda 111 se ekoso she roads be flyovers be bia se ye
but the NDC is coming with the 24-hour economy.
National ID card, the tax base, no digital addressing system, the drone system. You be drone. No say na almost say drone. No you be fly drone. No na say may jare ane e hwehwe. Anamwa. And the drone no is saving lives. And yet the see be yo, and it's evidence. It's evident. BOST negative profit for over 12 years. And and if we want this country to grow, if we want the fundamentals to be solved now, it will be a travesty not to bring Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on the seat. Because the future of Ghana, our future, you and I, your children, my children, our children's children, depends on ensuring that we make the right decision and vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Dr. Edwin Alfred Nii Obodai Provencal.
Thank you.
Charlie, thanks for having you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.
Now I'm a Kasapa. Why should they be some trick questions?
Oh, Sam.
Oh yeah, bad.
And you mean mama favorite and
guy Adom.
Adom Bempa.
Adom ne humo bro.
Yeah, I remember that. The guy said Oba had the last time.
And it is possible.
Wadam for Dr. Banasco Ampo answer. or say minchia o mano. Minchia o mano. Na member abaso and so. Also no one come binti actually.
Some in dinner cardio. When you don't know.
I think I have it here, but maybe what's a maybe chat to crowd now. Found come on, fancy doc.
Person me pam with chief for no actual say. E wo mu say ahokyeraba eyampa na ahokyeraba no na nado ebe bisa ye permission ebe ka kire ye say economy no ebe sofa if you say o person ye bibia de ensure say Ghana nim bia ye be saving a life. Na say saving Ghanaian lives now during COVID now economy no be suffer eno na ye hu na ene no but e temporary enti my enhwe ene situation enka se ahokyira banti ochina gold bia e benya na ochina no ye bedwen ene ho akasi empesa gold no DMB na yesa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na yesa gold na ebenya no na me sure say o hwe adwuma ye di o hwe neoma ya ye free SHS o hwe said SOE for na omo ye losses na reduce by over 80% 60 to 80%. So we are on a journey enti Yama party na omo start adwuma no to bring the economy back to life. Yama sa opportunity no mu wie sa adwuma no.
All right.
Yes.
Mamenda wase.
Me da say nana.
Your grace and mercy.
Jim FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now.
106.3 FM.